Rushes in Ireland definitely is a major problem in wet ground. Now there is a payment at the moment, I think it's a gloss scheme, and the gloss scheme requires you not to have any blankets of rushes like this is. So they pay contractors to come in, the farmer does, and cut back the rushes, mulch them up, and it's actually very good for the ground because, believe it or believe it not, when the rushes rot away, they actually, I suppose, create a very good fertilizer for the ground. So this is a Valtra and a mulcher. I'm not too sure the brand of the mulcher. We're here just outside Knocknagoshel in kind of mid-Kerry. So give a look at this, see what you think of it, and yeah, let's go.
Period. Well, great. The video.
A 06 Valtra, a t160. Flail mulcher. I'd say you're probably mulch about 1 acre an hour. So this field is probably 4 to 5 acres, so you're talking 4 or 5 hours. And this is your finished process. Now this is kind of the organic, I suppose, version of it. There is there's no spray involved here or anything. Now I have heard of people putting goats in after they cut them. They'd put goats in, and when the goats would eat the new rush coming up, the goat's saliva actually poisons the rush. So that might be an option for someone. Get 9 or 10 goats. The goat will kill everything else too, shrubs and everything. So the rush comes from a lot of wet ground. If you have wet ground, or what they call poaching, is when you leave cattle or sheep or anything into the ground, and the ground is wet, and the cattle or the sheep will make a print with their hoof in the ground. That's where the rush will grow. So we're just here, like I said, outside Knocknagoshel in kind of mid-Kerry, about 7 or 8 miles to Castle Island, maybe about 10 miles to Listowel, and we're in very, very boggy ground. There's a fantastic view off of here. The sun is probably shining in the camera. And there's trees in the way. Actually, there's no view here. I'll scrap that. There's a view over that way, I suppose there is. We're just on the Limerick border here. If you can see them wind turbines there in the background, I would imagine that's County Limerick. Valtra's came into Ireland first around 2000, 2001, thereabouts. ValtraValmet, there were two companies. I think Valtra used to make forestry equipment, and did they buy out Vamlet or something? I'm not too sure. The Valmet used to make forestry equipment, and they bought up the Volvo tractors as well. Volvo tractors were never sold in Ireland, but they bought up the Volvo tractors. And I remember the first Valtra I drove. I'm not too sure the model it was more the square bonnet. It would have been 01, 02, that type. And I found a lovely tractor to drive, but it was gear too high and gear too low, if you know what I mean. When we were drawing silage with him, I found if you got to the top of the headland, you didn't have enough gear or enough power to beat the harvester around to the next blow of grass. And I found when you were going uphill on a steep field or a slopey field, the tractor needed to be roaring, revving out to have the torque to get up there. But the next gear up, you just didn't have enough torque. Yeah, that's kind of it for me. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give a like, give a subscribe, leave a comment, and we're going to try and stay going. And Happy New Year to everyone. I think this is the first video of 2022, so Happy New Year, and stick together and we get through this, and rock on and roll on. Silage season isn't too far away.
We're creating a video